Hello, welcome to A Minorities Report. This is episode 23, and in this episode we have Mary Avalos. She is a realtor with Keller Williams right now, and she's been in the business for 20 years. She's a top producing agent and earning multiple awards and recognition across the Reno-Sparks community. But what stands out the most about Mary is not just the success, it's the service behind it. Mary, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful for this opportunity, Joe.
Thank you for coming here and doing this show. We're going to start with trying to establish your background, okay? Your identity before real estate, okay? How about tell us where your story began.
Okay. I was born Maria Rosario Cesena Garcia Avalos Bradshaw. Well, I'm Avalos Bradshaw because those are my married names.
Okay.
But yeah, to immigrant parents. I was born in Mexico. My parents immigrated in 1959. I was 13 months old when they came to live here. My father was a bracero. He worked as a campesino, in agriculture, which is just the seasonal work that they had. So he worked in ranches. And one of the farmers or the ranchers was very impressed with his work ethic, and he petitioned for his permanent residency.
Oh, wow. It's amazing.
Yeah. And that's how we came to the United States. And it was difficult. I think they were very brave because you come to a new country, you don't know the language, you're leaving your family, security, your safety, and to come to where you don't know what you're going to expect, but you come with that dream, that you want something better for yourself and your family and future generations.
Yeah. That's priceless, isn't it? And
yes.
Yeah, I think about my parents too. My dad, who immigrated here, and he did the same gamble. He spoke a little bit of English, but not even enough to make him confident that he can travel on his own. He wanted to make sure he went with his siblings because he didn't want to get lost around the airport, But
yes.
That's why our people we share the same story somehow. Our culture is so similar.
Family values,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And even they didn't make a lot of money. They took care of us. They made sure that we had food on the table. One of the benefits for working for a rancher was one of the compensation benefits is they offered him a home, so we didn't have to pay rent. But that he was able to put food on the table, as well as my mom too. And they were able to send money back home to Mexico.
Okay.
To help our grandparents and siblings that they had there.
Wow. Where was the farm, Mary?
In California, in Oxnard, California.
Oxnard, okay.
It's very rich in agriculture. A lot of strawberries. Or even lemon orchards, oranges, avocados. In Oxnard, they grow, lettuce, broccoli. That we were spoiled though because everything was fresh.
Yeah,
we had fresh, good, crisp,
chemicals.
Right, vegetables.
That's good.
I know.
Yeah, we had some friends. I think they're still there in Oxnard. So yeah, it's a beautiful place.
It is by the ocean.
Yes. So what was life growing up? So I'm imagining you're around the farm and. Just share that with us. How was life growing up for Mary?
It was good. My biological parents did end up getting divorced, and my father moved to Coachella Valley. He took my 4 brothers, and my sister and I stayed or lived with my mom. My mom had got custody of us.
Okay.
So there was that. But when we were kids, growing up on the ranch was fun. I mean, it was near the ocean. We played outside. We didn't have neighbors right next door. Everybody was a little bit, we lived acres apart from each other.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good, right?
Yes.
It's quiet. You're just the only loud person.
Yeah. Yes.
That's good.
And we lived, when my parents got divorced, since my dad left, then we had to find a place to live, and we moved to the projects. My mom got us a place there.
Okay.
And lived with some amazing people there. We had wonderful neighbors. You hear all these stories about the projects, right? But I remember the person across the street. It was a single parent, and she had 2 kids, a son and a daughter. The daughter was 1 year older than me, and she was in high school. And when she was a freshman in high school, this was one of my first missions that I ever went on. One of the high school teachers would collect food, clothing, and go to the orphanages in Tijuana.
Oh wow! Okay.
And go and take in gifts during the holidays, during Christmas time. She'd make this trip out there. So I got an opportunity
to join
them. It was such an amazing opportunity.
How old were you then?
Gosh, I was in like 7th grade, so it must have been around 12, 13.
Wow. So you've always had that heart, huh?
Yeah. Well, I have such giving parents.
Okay.
Somebody gave me an aha moment today. She said, you learn philanthropy by watching your parents, your mother, just, whatever she did. Not only did she do for you here, but then she'd help family. That's, even though it's not a lot like money, monetary, you don't have to be rich.
Correct. I agree.
It's just giving.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
It's either giving your knowledge, your time to help someone else.
Right. In my country, in my home country, the Philippines, I should say mother country now, right? My motherland, yeah. They say that the workers who send money from wherever they are the ones that are really helping the economy. Because the Filipinos, we would try to make some, a living somewhere else, and then we still have family left behind in there, and so they transmit money, and that's how the Philippines that's their biggest economy.
Yes.
Yeah. So it sounds familiar. It's very, very the same.
Yes.
Very much the same. Now, how did you always see yourself becoming who you are today when you were younger?
No. I was very shy. This is taking a lot of me, but it's having that big why and wanting to grow, wanting to improve, no matter what age, what stage of your life you're in. Always wanting to do better for you personally, or for myself personally. But I see you do. You share the same, and help others. And help others.
That's good. That's good. How about on your early career phase now? Well, from there, how did you end up coming to Reno?
My husband accepted a position here in Reno.
Oh, okay.
And I was, at that time, working for a health claims administrator. We did third-party health claims administration for, like, the big casinos in Las Vegas, for bigger corporations that want to find a more affordable health premiums or health plans for their employees.
Oh, okay.
So I did that for over 10 years, and I was assistant to the president of the company.
Wow.
And when my husband accepted the position, I went in and I turned in my resignation, and he said, we're going to open up an office in Carson City. He said, so you can go set that up and start that up. And so I got an opportunity to start that here from scratch.
Oh, that's great.
And then after a few years, they noticed that we just had such a small business here, it made more sense to move the administration to Las Vegas. So that happened. And I took about a year off. And then I just wanted to get back to work. And my husband suggested, what about real estate?
Oh, it was your husband, okay.
That suggested that, and I thought, okay, well, yeah, maybe I can have a little bit more flexibility with my time as well. At that time, life events started to happen. My father was ill. Oh. Then my daughter was going to have a baby. She got married. She was having a baby, and so I just wanted more time to be around family.
Oh, and real estate does that for us, doesn't it?
In a way, not at the beginning it doesn't. We do work a lot
We
of
do,
hours.
we
We do
We
work
do.
a lot of hours.
You too.
So yes, and then I found that there was a huge need for a Spanish-speaking agent, or so I just dove right in because it's what I grew up with,
That's right.
being the interpreter for my parents when they didn't know the language.
Yeah.
As you probably did the same.
Yes, I did the same. I remember during our interview when we were immigrating here, it was my responsibility to speak in behalf of my mom and my siblings during that interview in the embassy. So that was pretty exciting, And if I blew it, I'm dead. It was my fault if it didn't work out. But
Yeah.
Regarding the language barrier, Mary, I believe only true minorities can really relate to the barrier as we say it, right?
Yeah.
Because I have some very sincere and good people who doesn't speak, who are not bilingual, and they could never understand why there's a need to still communicate in our native tongue, because I've heard it many times. They'll say, well, you guys speak English. They can communicate. Isn't that enough? Right? They always wonder why there's another, like what the barrier is about. But there is, right? There is that you receive the message clearly somehow without, translating it, without the need of translating it if it's spoken in your native tongue, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's very vital with a real estate transaction, such as a real estate transaction, because you just don't change the words to Spanish. You actually say the whole context of it, what it really means. Like, an earnest money is going to go away if you don't,
Right.
do this, and that, right?
Exactly. They have to understand. And I feel like no matter what industry I worked in, my Spanish was always an asset.
Yeah.
When I worked for Santa Clara Produce, that was a produce company, a distributor of produce. And so we had a lot of the farm workers come and they have questions regarding benefits, regarding their payroll, regarding anything.
Yeah, I could imagine.
And
Yeah.
so they needed somebody I was the only person in the office that spoke Spanish.
Yeah.
And when I worked for just other manufacturing companies, we did business all over the world. So we dealt with a lot of Latin American countries, and they needed somebody, whether they were customer service, you were helping a client, order service, or the accounting part of it, helping somebody understand their invoices. So it's always been an asset, a need.
What do you think the issue is when our clients or your customers will say, like, you speak Spanish? And you'll say yes, and they're like, oh, thank God. Why do you think that is? Why is there such a big relief that, okay, I don't have to speak in English and to communicate this struggle?
Right. I think that's still important because you have a generation that maybe isn't high in tech, because now we have Google or we have AI that can probably translate for us, but there's still a huge generation that they want you to explain everything to them.
Correct.
They want to understand.
Correct.
And sometimes AI will do a good job of translating, and sometimes it won't.
Right.
But it just makes them feel good that they have a voice.
I agree.
They have somebody that understands them and it's going to be able to communicate.
Yes. I would look at their body language when someone will say, like, they'll ask me, are you Filipino? And I'll say, yes, I am. And I'll start speaking in our native tongue. And there's just a big sigh of relief. They're like, oh my gosh, thank you. My nose was bleeding there, like saying that they were struggling.
Yes.
So there's more confidence now in what they want to truly communicate. It seems to me that if they get to speak with someone who speaks the language, they can be sincere and they can trust me better than if I didn't.
Yes.
It's weird that way.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah. So your husband got you into the real estate. What was your first step into real estate like? What was it like in your first few years or first few months? Do you remember?
Oh my gosh, I didn't know a lot of people here, so I didn't know where to start. But I just started baby steps. You know, we had a bilingual newspaper back then, Ahora newspaper.
Oh,
Steve
really?
Sepulveda was running that, so I went to see him, and he helped me. He put some ads out for
good.
me. So yes, he gave me an opportunity. And then it just, you know, somebody called from that. I helped someone, and then a referral came from that, and my business just started.
Just booming.
It just started to grow. I'm so blessed
That's great.
for that. So
That's
very
amazing.
blessed and grateful.
Yeah. Would you say that because I spoke with someone, a guest that I'm trying to get over here, and he said that he knows he's Filipino, and he wants people to not hire him because he's Filipino. He wants people to hire him because he's the best in what he does. Is that somehow, do you share the same feeling? I know you're the best. You're one of the best Latino agents, but when you're speaking with someone, is that somehow what drives you? Hire me because I'm Latino, I can understand you. I mean, not just in the language, but what your needs are. Or I'm the best, hire me.
I don't know if I'm the best, but I think I'm pretty good. And I think,
go.
you know, it's just having, you want to serve, you know, you want that client to have the best experience. Yes.
Yes.
You know, you want them to be happy because that is what you want the end result to be. Whoever it is, you represent the buyer or seller. You want a good transaction. You want all sides, actually, is what you really want. You want to have a good relationship with that other agent. Hopefully you're working with somebody that's, you know, that has good morals and ethics and is very professional. And because you want the buyer to have a good experience, you want the seller to have a good experience.
I agree.
Yeah. And you do your best to make that happen.
I agree. Yeah. So I was impressed with his line, and I start asking myself. I go, do I want people to hire me because I'm Filipino, or do I want them to hire me because I'm the best?
Yeah.
And my answer was, you know, it varies.
Yeah.
I am the best in what I do. I'm not saying I'm the only best agent in town. There's a lot of great agents in our town.
Yes.
But I can guarantee 100% similar, just like you. You can guarantee the best experience for your clients, right? And
right.
You're gonna hold their hand from start to finish. There's not gonna be any stone unturned. All questions are received, and they're gonna be answered, right? So I found it very intriguing. What were those early years like before the success came for you? Was it a struggle, or was it happy? A happy challenge?
It was a happy challenge. I can say that. It was a little bit of a struggle. Financially, I didn't have to worry because I had my husband's income and benefits. So I didn't. That
helps a lot.
Yes, it does. A big relief, because I do see a lot of state agents coming into this, and then some of them don't make it because they have to put food on the table. They have to pay their mortgage or rent, and it's really difficult if they don't have the resources, because sometimes you can go a month without.
Or more, correct.
Or more without getting that. So I was thankful that I had that support.
What was the happy challenge? Can you remember one challenging transaction that you had to where it made you wonder if you should quit? Did you share one? I'm pretty sure you had to share.
So many. I know. During the short sales,
yes,
those were difficult because we didn't have control, especially at the very beginning. Certain sellers had to. The banks were taking their properties if that didn't happen.
I agree.
And so not until later in the short sales we had more success, but at the very beginning it was difficult. And talking to sellers at that time was hard because they had, here they were buying their home, and they invested in this home, and they didn't realize what type of a purchase agreement or contract that they had, or loan that they had. They didn't realize, okay, right now it's affordable, but in a couple of years it's not going to be. And they struggled. They talked to the banks. They asked for modifications, and at that time, the organizations weren't ready to modify, and so that was difficult.
Right.
That was very hard to see people lose their homes. But then on the other side, there were a lot of young people that were coming in, and maybe in the families, kids that were working at McDonald's for $10 an hour because homes were now affordable for them.
Yes, it dropped 50% in value. Yeah.
And, the institutions were now ready to pay for their closing costs. And so everybody...
$8,000 credit, remember that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So those were happy times, but that was a challenging.
I agree. I had my least favorite memory of my short sale era is a $45,000 short sale I had in Lemon Valley that I did for a year and a half.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I made $640, I think, at the end of the day. And then the child of my client said, "You're just in this for the money." I'm like, what? Yeah. I wasted a year and a half.
Yeah.
But it benefited them because they got out of a huge debt, and they were able to stay there for a year and a half of not paying, so free rent.
Right.
Because we would negotiate, right? We would negotiate the foreclosure, extend it, remove the foreclosure sale date, and then the notice of default, right? Remember, he just asked for extension. So yeah, I remember that is a, I guess you could say that is a happy challenge.
Yes.
Pretty challenging.
It was.
How about, were there times that you doubted yourself? Why am I here? Should I even stay in real estate?
When it was tough, yes. There were some tough times. We did encounter, well, you probably did the same thing. You encountered people that were in just really difficult situations. Sometimes we didn't get that outcome. Sometimes the bank said no.
I agree. Yeah.
So.
I hated it when they would come out with this soft note. Remember, most of our clients had the 80-20, right? 80% and the 20. So they would forgive the 80%, but then they would put the 20% on a soft note. And I remember this coming out for my clients who were good friends of my father. I told them, hey, this is good because now this just acts as a credit card. It's unsecured. If ever you can file for bankruptcy and just erase it, which is correct based on what the bankruptcy attorneys would share in their classes. I shared that with them, but I found out later on that they were not happy that they had to have the soft note, but they didn't pay their property for 2.5 years while we were processing the short sale. So yeah, times like that makes you wonder, right, am I doing the?
I know.
Why am I doing here? What am I doing here?
Because our economy was just not in a good state at that time. I mean, all construction stopped. For tourism and everything that we relied on. So there were a lot of people that were working at casinos that were laid off because we didn't have the tourism. So there's just a lot of factors. Yeah,
and the loans that were written were pretty ridiculous, wasn't it?
Right. Yes.
And then Countrywide had that negative arm. Remember the negative arm? And people didn't know that the difference that they weren't paying was being added to their principal. And before they knew it, their principal was so much higher.
Yes.
Anyway, I didn't mean to make our episode depressing.
No, that's okay.
But how about this? When you shift, so you had success in the business and it was pretty rewarding. When did things begin to change for you? What I mean by that is, because you have this nonprofit organization that you started. So when did that occur in your mind? Like, what, I'm gonna give back now. So how did that happen? When did that happen? Why did that happen?
I just started serving our community a little bit more. I served on back then in 2017 or 2015, maybe even before that. The National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. They had a local chapter at that time. And we just started serving more. We had someone from Big Brothers Big Sisters come.
Okay.
One of the agents that served on the board, Cal Lewis, was very involved. So he brought the representatives to come and speak, and they just talked about how much the kids needed help. They needed a mentor. And so at that time, I wasn't ready. But I thought, okay, in about 5 years from now, I can start doing something or doing more, and just being exposed, to those situations. Even like the Volunteers of America, they have families living in the shelters,
Okay.
and so I just got the opportunity, or it was a privilege, to be able to host like a birthday party for the kids there. And so just being reminded that there's so many people that need help, that are struggling, and they may only need help just to get past where they're at, and hopefully in better situations. It's only a temporary situation for them.
So joining that one seminar, maybe, or a class, it spoke to you.
Yes.
And it just gripped your heart, and you were forever.
Yes. What else can I do? How can I serve? What can I do? So with Courageous Corazon, I just think education is so important. Most of the students that we've helped.
That is your NPO.
Yes.
Courageous Corazon.
Yes, Courageous Corazon.
So courageous heart, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me more, please.
And that I founded it. It was just a one-man show. I just put some of my compensation away and said, okay, I'm going to help this many students. And then I just started a little bit more, and then others were interested in doing something too. So I just got a little bit more every year, and then last year we were able to help 40 students at TMCC, and
Wow,
11
that's a lot.
and 11 students at UNR. It's the first time that we awarded any students at UNR. I just always thought that they had a lot of resources.
This is a scholarship that
Yes.
you established for
Yes.
your students that you choose.
Yes. Yeah. Well, what they do is they submit an application, and I read the applications. And the stories, there's some really touching stories.
Oh, that's good.
So that's how I select the students. This year we have at TMCC over 100 applications.
It's amazing.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But I read through them and I make my piles, and it's hard to eliminate. But sometimes I just can't have all of them.
Everyone, yeah.
So that's the hard part.
Yes. But when did that start, Mary? When did you get that going?
In 2019.
Before COVID. Okay.
Yes, right before COVID. And then, so every year from then on, I just started donating a little bit, every year.
When you started, how many students were you able to help?
The first year, I believe we helped about 10 students. 10 students.
That's great.
Yes.
Out of that 10, or any of your students, I know you were mentioning it before we started recording. Out of your students, did they report back to you, hey Mary, because of you or because of your organization, I'm this now, thank you for your help?
Yes.
Can you share more? Can you share some of those stories?
Yes, I mean they're working in their chosen profession, and so I get thank you letters from all of the students. That's really touching too. I get to meet the students at TMCC because they have a sponsor legacy dinner, or where the donors get to meet all the students that they helped. So that was such an amazing experience to be able to talk to them. And I'm shy, but they're curious about me. And I was just so excited about them and what they were doing, and I mean, some of the stories, there's one young woman, she's been in foster care since she was 9 years old.
Oh, wow.
All through from then till her adulthood, 18, she was in foster care, and she is now studying for a career in social services as a social worker.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a great story.
Yes.
Wow. That's good, Mary. Yeah, when you told me about this before, like I told you from that conversation over the phone, I said, I have to have you at the podcast. This is very inspiring. It's very encouraging.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm glad you're doing that for them, for these children because that takes a lot from that young lady who's been through a lot of struggle most of her life.
Right.
And still pursue education to make a better life for herself. That is pretty amazing.
Right. Yes. There was a DACA student, and she was so grateful, for the scholarship. And at the dinner, she's like, "Oh, please, can I take a picture with you? My mom wants to see you, wants to know about you." And she was even crying, and it's just feel good.
Oh.
It just feel good, and it just makes you want to do more.
Yes, I would imagine.
The gratitude that you receive. So the receiving is in the giving, is what they say, right?
Yes.
So it makes our heart happy and feel good when you can help someone else.
Yes. That's amazing. It's pretty rewarding.
It is very rewarding.
Yeah. And it's like from a complete stranger. Like, who is Mary Avalos? Why is she doing this for me? Type of thing, right?
Yeah.
And you're choosing on the stories. That must be really hard to choose, because if it were up to you, you'll approve all of them.
Yes.
You'll pick all of them.
Exactly.
If you can afford it, all right, all of them.
Yes. Yes, it is.
How about this? Was there a moment where you realized that, okay, this is a great idea? Other than the emotions that you were getting, when was that moment where I'm glad I'm doing this?
Every day, I'm glad I'm doing this, because I think about it every day and how can I do more. And so last year I called a couple of partners or people that I worked with, and they were happy to help.
So you went from a solo to
ask for donations from other people. A Guild Mortgage started their giving back to their community last year, and they
got involved.
They gave me a donation. There's another local lender too that gave me a donation. There's a couple of developers that gave me some substantial donations, so I was able to help more. That's why I was able to help 40 students, and then 11 over at UNR with that help.
Great job.
Yes.
It's just being the funnel of that, right? So now the other folks, they will just, it's a great idea, here's some money.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. One of the developers said, I wouldn't have been able to be where I'm at today if I didn't get help with scholarships to get my education. So they knew exactly
what you were doing.
Yes.
And the purpose behind it.
And the purpose behind it.
That's amazing. Good job, Mary.
Yeah, thank you.
That's 40. That was just last year, but
it was last year.
Do you have a count from the very beginning, including last?
126 students total.
126 families. You taught them how to fish.
Yeah.
Remember that saying? Yeah.
Helped to help them. So
yeah, my family, my dad's family is big on diplomas and education. They said it's something that no one else can take away from you.
It's true.
And
they can take away your money and your possessions, but your knowledge, they can't take that away from you. He was right.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Yeah, I'm glad you're.
Thank you.
So every real estate transaction now for you, ever since you started doing this, became more than just what can Mary make from this. Is because now with what Mary makes, someone else will profit from it.
Right. It's become my big why now.
What was your why before this?
Oh, my family.
Okay.
My family.
Of course.
And then, once you're okay, then you think of helping others. And so then this became this. And so it was, you meet the students and you see the need, that school, it's still expensive.
It is.
And even the ones that are pursuing like a master's or a doctorate, that higher education, they get that certificate or they get that master's, but they also walk away with huge debt.
I agree. Yeah.
So,
I've been told.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's such a need for help.
That's right. But your organization focuses heavily more so on the Hispanic community for now? Or
No.
have you expanded?
It's expanded.
Okay. It started with that though.
It started with minorities, yes. But not just Hispanics, it's just minorities.
Okay.
But now, there's all nationalities and everybody has some financial challenges.
Yes. I think that's good. So the Filipinos can apply for it too.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
I've helped all nationalities.
That's good.
Yes.
Because we've been called the Mexicans of Asia. That's
Oh,
what we
okay.
that's what we're called. So we pretty much can apply for that, and that's good.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't know about it, go look for it. For those of you who are listening in, because that is a great opportunity. That is a gift. Oh, good job, Mary, for doing that.
Thank you.
So everything that you've done, you were a top producing agent with the Reno-Sparks, and you worked with the Reno-Sparks board of realtors. Or were you part of the?
I was a founding member of the IDEA committee, which is Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Action.
Right. Tell us more about that.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of that?
That was a purpose to help our community, to reflect us as realtors, to help our community with homeownership if they have any challenges. If some have credit problems a little bit more than others, how can we help them? That's kind of how that came about.
Right. I remember you guys invited me for that, and I screwed up my calendar. But the idea, which is the groups, the idea behind the idea is to help the minority groups in town to become homeowners.
Homeownership, and just in more, we want to have more people that look like us also in our industry.
Oh, okay.
So it was for also to help homeownership in our community, but also maybe to increase appraisers that look like us, inspectors that look like us, or that speak the Spanish or Filipino or different languages that our clients can ask in their own language about a finding, when they're there at the home.
Is there
Lenders.
Is there a study why there's a big disparity between the minorities in being in this industry?
A study? Do we have numbers? I don't. There are, but I don't have them at the moment. But there are.
But it does show that because there's lack of information being shared, that there you can actually be this if you want to. It's not being relayed. It's not being communicated properly or enough.
I think not enough.
Yeah. I remember Jorge when he guested here. That was one of his passion too. It struck him. He said when he was seeing the top producers on the lender side, and he saw his name and he was pretty happy about it. But then as he continued on the list, he goes, "There's not enough Latinos or Hispanics in this list. Why is that?" So it made him ask the question, and now his goal, one of his goals, is to get more of the Hispanics and Latinos to strive in the mortgage business. Yeah,
I love that because as you rise, you can bring others with you. And you can help them and help the community. It's all about helping the community, right?
Right. Yes.
And so yes, I agree. But I'd like to see not only Latinos, but also Filipinos, our Black community as well, our Indian community, Native American community. I'd like to see more of that
in our industry.
I think we will get there. We're just young.
I think so.
Especially
in our town.
Yes.
Reno-Sparks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very young, but if you look at our younger, the students or the younger kids, there's a lot of diversity now. A lot more.
Yeah.
That's improving.
Did you encounter any discrimination while you were growing up or while you started in a business because especially being in Reno in the early years. I remember when I was at Reno High, my friends didn't know what a Filipino was. I couldn't blame them. I couldn't even know how to describe it.
Yeah. Well, when I started school, I didn't speak any English, but my teacher was amazing. But I think about it that all of a sudden there's this child that she has to teach, and this child, there's a language barrier. How is she going to do it? Luckily, I had her for kindergarten and first grade, and she was very patient with me.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm grateful for that.
That's in Oxnard.
Yes.
Right? Okay, great. Yeah.
In California, there's a lot of Latinos in California.
Yes.
In LA and
Filipinos too.
Right.
Yeah.
So coming from there here, when we moved here in 97, 98, and it was a little bit of a culture shock because I didn't really see a lot of Latinos or diversity
not so
at that
much,
point. Yes, not so much.
Yeah.
More now.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. I remember getting in trouble in high school here when somebody vandalized the school and the person put brown pride in the hallway. So when I saw that, I'm like, I'm going to get called.
Oh, no.
I'm one of the 5 Filipino students in Reno High at that time.
Oh, my God.
Up to now, I don't know. We don't know. So whoever wrote it knows who did it. But yeah, it was that. There's not that many of us before, but it has grown, and I love Reno though. I love how I've grown to realize the differences between me and my friends who are Americans. That it's really just culture and upbringing. That's the difference, and that's okay. The difference is okay. I get to know and learn why they do certain things that they do and why they don't do certain things that I do, right? And vice versa. And I think the differences makes it very beautiful, makes life beautiful altogether. Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, and the Latino culture, the Hispanic culture, I see a lot of similarities, and I love it. It's,
even the language.
Yes.
Right.
We have a lot of languages that are similar.
Very similar.
I agree. There's just this one food that the Filipinos have that is not a good word in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
And Mike is giving me the nod, like,
don't say it. When we're off the air, you can tell me.
But it's so funny. It's so funny. Out of all the awards that you received, which they've been many, Which one meant the most to you, and why?
Oh, the IDEA, the inaugural award for that meant a lot to me. They took the inspiration of Courageous Corazon to design it.
That's
you
great.
know, and again, diversity is a passion of mine, and Courageous Corazon. So combined, that just was very special.
That's good. I can see you holding back tears there. It's really,
Yeah.
it's really so. Your emotion is just really invested. Your heart's really invested in that. Huh?
Yeah, it is.
Can you,
To make a difference.
yeah. I don't want to make you cry, but I want to ask, what's the big tug? What's the big tug in Mary? That's why it's just gripping your heart when you talk about it.
Oh my gosh, I think I think what my parents went through, and so when I think about them, and it's not just what they went through when they came to this country, it's the immigrant story. Everybody has a different story, but they all struggled. When you talk to other people, and I guess to that, our childhood, why I resonate with so many organizations, because I can relate, because it was either in my family, whether it was with Volunteers of America, and my brothers had a real rough time when my father took them, and they didn't end up in good places, and so that helps me. That hurts. The struggles that they had, but then also I'm happy for their success later in life.
Yes.
Overcoming all of that. With organizations that I support, like VOA. Veterans too. I have a connection with that. All of my uncles served, so I also volunteered at the Veterans Hospital.
Okay,
for
yeah,
a
I
few
saw
years,
that.
yeah.
Yes, that's great.
Just maybe a couple hours a month, but it made a difference in their lives, just to show up and play bingo.
At what point in your journey did success stop being just about you and start about giving back? I suppose that was the birth of Corazon,
Yes.
Courageous Corazon in 2019.
Right. Well, even before then, when I was
Okay.
exposed to, the Volunteers of America, the homeless shelter, the families that were struggling there, what they were going through, big brothers, big sisters, and how important it was. They didn't have enough men. I had a little boy as a little brother, which I thought, oh my gosh, he doesn't mind a grandma type as a big sister, and because they didn't have enough men.
Wow.
To be big brothers.
You give a lot of your time to the community.
I give what I can. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, all these organizations that you're
that I have been
Yeah.
involved with.
and you started the scholarship, the Courageous Corazon. That's all you, one man show until last year. On top of the Veterans of America, Big Brother. Oh my goodness, good job.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a good heart that you have there, Mary.
No, thank you. I think I would love to encourage more people to be volunteers, especially at Big Brothers
Yes.
and Big Sisters. I think we need more.
Is it
more
an easy?
mentors.
Is it an easy thing to do to sign up as a mentor or as
you
a
go-
volunteer?
No, you do apply. You submit an application, and they interview you, and they match you with somebody that they feel is a good fit. But it does require a commitment. I did it for a year, but it is a huge commitment because you don't want to let somebody down. As a child especially.
Right.
You know.
You said Tuesday you're going to be there. You better be there Tuesday.
Yes.
Take them to the movies or something, right? Oh, wow. That's good. Our church, we try to give back to the community. We've been doing a blood drive. The girl that runs this ministry, she's pretty driven. You throw something at her, she's gonna go run with it.
Yeah.
So we've done many blood drives already for the past a couple years now, right? And then we've been volunteering. We've been organizing people at our church to volunteer at the food bank.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. We try to do above and beyond what the guy over there, Ron, is asking for us to do. So so we try, but that's only two. And but for you, you've been doing a lot.
But along the way, you meet other people that are like-minded. I didn't know what Edwin Velasquez did until I met him in the same circle, and then everything that he does, and all the drives that he has. It's just another one, Shauna MacArthur. Oh my God,
Shauna, I know Shauna.
Yes, and everything that she does she's just got such a great, big, huge heart.
Yeah.
And so
she's a great agent too.
She is. She's amazing.
God, great person too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Angelica Reyes.
Angelica, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So, along the way you meet all these amazing people, and together we do more. We join forces and we can help more.
Great job.
yeah,
I'm glad you've put that together. It's amazing.
Oh, for Courageous Corazon?
Yeah. And then just you volunteering all together and recognizing the other right people.
There are amazing agents.
Yeah.
Amazing people here.
Yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys are doing that. Was there a moment or experience that made you realize you wanted success to impact others?
Yes. Definitely yes. I think in everything I've ever done, excuse me, a moment in real estate, I think we've always been our cheerleaders. Whether
self-motivated.
Yes, we always cheered for each other. When I first started, somebody got a listing, you were just happy, or they closed a transaction. I appreciate the fact that when I started, there were a lot of people that had their doors open, come and help. So you learn to do the same, for new agents as well.
Good. So that's been your heart from the very beginning, because there are some dog eat dog companies. There are some cultures where they steal clients from each other.
Yes.
But for you've been the one where I'm going to encourage the other guy.
Yeah.
Type of person.
And the respect that you have, if somebody said, "Oh, I'm working with Joey," oh my God, he's an amazing agent.
Right. Yeah.
Because you are. I mean,
you have to be, right? Or else they won't say that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just respect for our fellow agents.
I agree. Which company did you start with?
Keller Williams.
So you've been with Keller Williams ever since?
Yes.
From day one.
I liked what they offered at the beginning. They had great training, because it didn't matter whether you were an established agent. Everybody went through the same training. Our broker back then said, "I want you all to get this right from the beginning. I want everybody out there to be professional, know the contract, know everything about a transaction, to do the best you can do or be."
Yes.
And I like what they do for the community. We have Red Day. We have one day a year where we just completely shut down worldwide, and we focus on doing something for our community. This year we're going to help the Women and Children's Center.
Okay.
Just going to go do floors, paint, organize, just all the agents get together to do stuff like that, give back. We have KW Cares, so yeah. It was just in line
with your values.
Yes,
that's great.
It was.
That's good. I didn't know they've been around for a while. I don't know why, but I thought they were maybe 15 years in our town. I guess it's been 20 years, huh? Great.
Yeah.
Good, Mary. We're gonna go to the community and impact. You said you've been with the VA hospital volunteer, American Heart Association too.
Yeah, that was a long time ago too.
You co-chaired that.
Yes, the Por Tu Corazon, because they wanted
Corazon.
to educate our Latino community about heart disease, and so we did, I got an opportunity, the privilege to help there. And as shy as I was, it was just an important thing to do. So you step up to the plate, call the right people to help you and support you, to work with you. I called Yolanda Gonzalez. She says, yes, I'd love to. And so, we know so-and-so, we know so-and-so. And we just, put together events, and it all came together. It's a community, it's a group of people serving, making it happen.
That's impressive on its own. But the other thing that you kept saying is you're a shy person, but for a shy person, you put yourself in front of people a lot, right? And
yes.
Even in real estate. Yeah, it could be a one-on-one thing, but still right, that could be very daunting for you, from meeting a stranger in an open house or right, or to show a property to a call from a yard sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just muster up that courage to do what you have to do, right, to help.
Yeah, you're doing a good job. And then the Big Brothers, Big Sisters volunteer, and then the IDEA,
Yeah.
community founding member. So I think we answered this already, where your heart to serve others came from your parents. So,
Yeah.
so I would assume when you were younger, you saw them help other people at the ranch or just in the community altogether.
Yes. And one of the stories, like my mom, when she was going to have my sister, my oldest sister, Gigi, and she sewed or crocheted 2 receiving little outfits for my sister, and 2 blankets. So she gets to the hospital and she meets a lady that doesn't have anything. So my mom gives her, a set for her to receive her baby. So,
Wow.
So yes, and I think that you probably have the same family stories that I share too. Our parents are like that because of their upbringing or the community or where they lived, the towns, the pueblos, that they all helped each other. If somebody needed something, everybody would gather there to help.
Yeah.
And so that was instilled in us, their work ethic and that part of them, helping each other.
The saying that there's a lot more caught than taught, right?
Yes.
It's what you're saying, and you're living it out. You're a living example of it. Yeah. And I agree. In the Philippines, in our community at least, if my mom wasn't home yet, and it was dinner time, and we only have rice and we don't have any. What's ulam in English? This is where it's the letter V. So, because for us, our cuisine, we always have to have rice, and we don't have oh man, I forgot. I'm missing the word.
Entree?
No, V. I think it's. Gosh, sorry, I should have. Viand. Yes, we don't have a viand to go with the rice. We would knock on our neighbor's door and say, "Do you have any food you can give us? We only have rice." And then they'll give it to us.
Yeah.
And then vice versa. They'll knock on our door. They have any rice? Because I don't want to cook anymore. It takes a while. So we'll give them rice. So it's that helping each other. And we had an earthquake yesterday. It reminded me of, I was sharing this with some of my friends yesterday at the hospital. During that whole time, the community we were all sleeping. We camped out on the streets because we didn't know if our houses were gonna come down. We set up tents, makeshift tents, and we were sharing food and clothes and water and stuff to drink because there was rescue wasn't coming. We had to help each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're reminding me of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
See, you do it. So we just, I think everybody has that in them too. It just, sometimes you're at a stage in your life where you can do a little more. Sometimes when there is a stage in my life where, okay, you've got kids and you've got, the grocery shopping and the laundry and the house cleaning and everything else. But then as time went on, there came a time there I got a little bit more freedom, right? And started to focus on other things that are important.
I think it's very admirable. Mm-hmm. Thanks for doing that, Mary.
Oh, no, thank you.
I don't know if you get enough thank you, but that's ever since I heard about it, I know I said it earlier, but it's amazing to me that you actually looked outside yourself instead of accumulating more things for you, because you can. You're right, and it's not wrong, right? But you could travel more, you could buy more things, but you choose to this will go
to that, and somehow I have enough. I have enough, so
that's good.
Yeah, I'm thankful that I have.
Your faith plays in it.
Yes.
That's good. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
So let me get this about this one. At what point did success stop being about you and start being about others? It was before 2019. You said you picked it up from your parents.
Yeah.
And then you shared earlier what led you to start the foundation, Courageous Corazon. Right? You were in that class.
Yeah. Well, a little bit of that was because I just wanted to. There's some students that don't have access to all the resources
there you go.
out there. And so that's why I decided, that's one of the main reasons that I decided to start Courageous Corazon. And I went to TMCC and we set up criteria. At first it was I wanted students that had a 4.0 grade point average, 4-point grade point average, and there weren't that many. And so then I started, I had to lower that criteria a little bit.
Where are you now? What's the qualifying?
3.5.
Okay.
And it all depends too, because sometimes I'll get somebody that's a little bit lower, but then I look beyond that. I read their story. Maybe they're, a single parent, and they're working and full time and going to school. So they're struggling that way, but they're still committed, to bettering their situation.
Yes.
So then that person would get some help.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So it was the lack of access for certain individuals.
Yes.
That prompted you to start the foundation.
Yes.
That's great. And was there a specific moment of experience that inspired it?
What do you mean?
So what was the moment where you said, okay, there's some students that don't have access to scholarships. So other than realizing that there's a need for it, what inspired you to do it? Or you've just been a helper all along?
A lot of it has to do with the immigrant story still. Coming here and wanting a better future. I just believe in education and helping someone else, that ripple effect. Whether it's that first person in the first child in that family to attend higher education, then their siblings will see that and they will follow, and it betters that family situation for them and just even future generations. So yeah, and that's why I think everybody should have access to resources for education. It's to do good for the good of humanity, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's very beautiful. It's really encouraging me. It's making me want to start my own organization for the Filipino Americans. But maybe we'll just tie up with Courageous Corazon. That's amazing. It's so beautiful. What does it mean to help students who face financial barriers to education? What does it mean to you?
Oh my gosh, that's touching. It's, I mean, to meet them, like I said, I get an opportunity to meet them, and the letters that I get, it's just very touching, that you're going to help somebody that way.
The magnitude of it is,
Yes.
it's just, I mean, we can see it, right? We can see that, okay, this is totally going to change his or her life if they just really follow through.
And the family, the parents, I've had an opportunity where the parents are, and they're just so grateful too, because you're helping their son or their
Yes.
daughter.
Yes.
Just, so.
Oh.
And students are not always just fresh out of high school, or, sometimes they're going back to school. They don't have a high school education. Some students are just at a different, stage in their lives, whether they're trying to financially better their families, and they're at a point where they can do that now. Some are already in a career, and they just want to further advancement.
Yeah.
So. But even some are working as social workers. There could be in their, maybe 40s, 50s, at that age, they're going back to school. So it's not always a young person that's getting the funds, is what I'm trying to say.
That's amazing. Okay, great. When she said 40, so still pretty young.
Yes.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do they apply to your scholarship or your program?
TMCC has a site for them to apply.
Oh, it's TMCC who's going to actually offer them. Here are some resources.
Yes.
If you need financial help.
Yes. Here's
Okay.
Courageous Corazon. And
Okay.
so they can apply to the donors or the nonprofits,
Okay.
and they submit their applications.
Oh, God. And then you tied up with UNR last year, you said. You had 11 graduates there.
Yes. And basically it's the same thing. They set something up for me where there were certain criteria, and the applications came in, and we got an opportunity to select 11 students from that. Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it. As a Hispanic woman in your field, did you ever feel the need to prove yourself more?
I think so. I think in any field. Yeah.
Tell us more. How? What's the difference?
I just think that I'm 68, so I've been working for a long time. My career span is huge.
Vast,
yes.
yeah.
So yes, I did work in a lot of places where it was more male dominated.
Yes.
And so you do have to, prove yourself.
And real estate for a long time was male dominated.
But I think that's changing.
Yes. And there's a lot of women that are really killing it in the business for many years.
Yes.
Great agents. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would imagine. What would you say to someone who feels overlooked or underestimated?
In real estate or in general?
Let's start with real estate and then in general. Or maybe you could put it together. It's up to you.
So they're overlooked
Or underestimated.
underestimated. Oh, that's a hard one. Yeah, that's one I'd need some time to put together, put some thought into it.
Well, were you underestimated before?
Yes.
How did you prove yourself?
I stood up for myself. I went to, and this wasn't in real estate, this was in another industry. And so I went to talk to the powers that be and expressed my feelings about that situation.
Right. Because sometimes when it's somebody more powerful, like on a higher position, you get to think twice. You think twice, right? Should I say something? Because he's more influence. She has more influence with the supervisor or stuff like that. Kind of makes you back off, right?
Yes.
Especially if you're a minority, I would think, right?
Right.
Like, oh, I'm outnumbered here. Might as well
Right.
not say anything.
Mm-hmm.
They're related.
Yes, yes. It was just a situation where somebody else was hired that was doing the exact same thing, and they were paying them more than they were paying me.
Oh,
And I felt like, okay, wait a minute, I do so much more. Plus, I'm bilingual, and they're constantly using me for that aspect of it. So I did speak to somebody about that.
right.
But
That extra pay for bilingual workers didn't happen until I want to say 90s. I think if I'm remembering that correctly.
But this wasn't even extra pay for being bilingual. I just felt like I was an asset because of that. I was not only doing the same thing, but that other person was doing, I was doing a lot more.
Right.
And I had a lot more experience, and so I just didn't see how that was justified.
I agree.
So I was a single parent, and I had a child, so that was what my big why. I had to muster up that courage
Right.
and go in and say something
That's
about
good.
that.
How about in real estate? Were you ever underestimated in real estate?
I don't really.
Over a listing appointment? For a listing for a buyer?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No, I don't think so.
It was just either they like you or they didn't like you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
You were a good match, for them.
Good. We're gonna go for you to give us some advice now. Some rapid questions.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to do good with the rapid questions.
Whatever the first thing that comes into your mind, that'll be your answer. Okay, Mary.
Okay.
Where is home for you?
Here in Reno.
Okay. What is one habit that changed your life?
Oh my gosh. I think my morning routines.
Share that.
I always wake up being grateful. First thing, thank you.
Great
Thank
attitude.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great attitude. Any coffee?
I
That's my next
do-
question. Coffee or tea for you?
Coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black or with cream?
With cream.
What does success mean to you today? And then what did it mean to you, let's say, when you were younger?
Let's see what success to me. It means something different. I guess I see my thoughts are vast. It's just not so much success doesn't mean money. It's achievements, which could be more something, your kids, upbringing and
If they turn out well.
yes, it's different.
When you were younger, what was success to you? Was it money?
It's achieving things in my career,
Right.
Yeah, that was
Advancing.
different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. One thing most people get wrong about real estate, in your opinion?
It's what a great investment it is for their future. Some people are still on the fence or are afraid, but they don't realize the wealth that it can bring them, and how it can help them with their future generations, what they can leave, their legacy, and they're teaching their kids how they feel about investing. And so, you have to really think about how you don't want your kids to grow up with any fear, so.
Do you think the Hispanic community or the Latino community still have a misconception about that? That they would rather rent because home ownership isn't a plus for them?
Or they maybe bought their homes back in the short sale days, and they have hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they can do something else, but they don't know how to do it. So I think there's a lack of education.
Right.
How to multiply that.
I agree. Okay. Yeah. I think you're right. I think that's one of the most the one thing that they get wrong about real estate is it's going to hurt them rather than it's going to benefit them. Because I think just being a homeowner, having that ownership gives a great boost of confidence or morale to a person, right? Into a family. Like, hey, this is our humble abode. You know? It's not big, it's not a castle, but this is our castle.
Yes.
Right. So, yeah, I think so. How about one thing most people get wrong about a real estate agent? In your 20 years. Plus.
I know that's a hard one too. What people get wrong about us, maybe, gosh, I don't know. Let's see if I can clear some thoughts.
Do they think it's easy, right?
Yeah, they do, and even when you're sitting down with the seller and they see the net sheet and they see everything that they're paying in brokerage fees.
Yes. You know, they think we're overpaid.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Especially if the listing sold 3 days after you put it
on the market. Yes. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean they overpay. That meant that they hired the right person because it's sold in 3 days for the money that they agreed to do.
Yes.
Right? They paid you for your experience. They didn't pay you for your hours.
And you need who you're in business with matters. You know, who you hire matters.
Right.
Like you said, somebody that advised you to price it right, you know, for it to sell quickly so you could get to your next place that you want to be.
I agree. Yeah. You're doing great, Mary. Just want to let you know. Okay?
No, thank you.
You're doing great. This interview is pretty amazing.
Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
I hope I'm not pressuring you too much with my questions here. We're almost done. What does being Hispanic mean to you?
Oh my gosh, I love my culture. I think if I was Filipino, I would love my culture too.
But tell us about yours.
You know, I love our foods. I love our music. I love all the, you know, our traditions that we have. Yes, right. Even though we embrace the modern ones, but I love my culture.
Give me an example of a tradition or that you have that you love that you're never gonna go away with.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. This last year I got an opportunity to experience Dia de los Muertos in San Miguel Allende in Mexico. Oh, what a beautiful
the Day
experience.
of the Dead, right?
Yes, okay. Day of the Dead. The celebration there was just amazing.
Really?
Taking the tours of all the altars. They even had a pet altar, so we got an opportunity to list all of our pets that had passed, and just the art, you know, the artwork. And the Catrinas and the makeup, you know, it was just a beautiful experience. I love that.
Yeah.
Piñatas, we grew up with piñatas.
Oh, I love
our
those.
Music. Oh my gosh, it's just very lively, and the dancing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Whenever I would visit Mexico, even though I've seen it many times, I still go to the cultural show. And I just enjoy it all over again. You know, when they were showing each town and their traditions in each part of Mexico. It's beautiful.
It is.
Yeah.
It is so pretty. And even going here to some of the events here that the fiestas, you know, on Wells, or the mariachi or the ballet folklorico, where you have the kids and they're all dressed up in their dresses and they're so proud, you know.
When is that?
And they're here. They have them at different events, different times, yeah.
Wow, yeah.
So, yeah, it's just really great to be involved or just to go see that.
Yeah, that mariachi music. First time I heard that was at Reno High. My friend's Rene in his lowrider, he would blast it in his car, you know. This is Reno High in '94.
Wow.
So it was pretty like, oh, hey, that's different.
Yeah. See, and in the 90s in California, they had different music. They were blasting Low Rider.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, boy. I love it. What legacy do you want to leave behind?
Oh, my gosh. That one is, to me, I just love what Maya Angelou, wrote.
Yes.
It's just about how you make people feel. Because, I think that's what when I'm gone, that's what I want people to remember me, is a good experience, when they were with me, just kind words.
I agree.
Just a good experience.
Yeah. I remember calling you for your listing, a listing of yours in Spanish Springs, and I was on vacation. And a client of mine wanted to see it. Perfect timing, all the time. My clients always call me when I'm on vacation.
Yes.
I want to see this, Joe. It was your listing. I called you. I said, "Hey, Mary," and your response to me was unforgettable for me. You said, "What time does he want to come? I'll be there. I'll open the door for him." And you did it. And this, I thought that was unique. Because that was the first time I got it from a listing agent. So, that was pretty impressive. So,
thank you for sharing.
And I think your legacy with the Courageous Corazon and all the times that you've helped, I think people will know that you were always wanting to help, always looking for. You see the need and you feel it.
Or try to. The ones we see, there's so many that we don't see.
I agree.
There's a lot out there.
But the ones you've seen, you've responded to it.
Yeah.
So, great job.
Sure. Thank you.
If someone is watching this and feels like giving up, what would you tell them in one sentence?
Giving up in what aspect?
Giving up in life, maybe, or business, or their family. What would you tell them?
That's hard for me. But I guess what turns me around is gratitude. Because when you're at that moment and you want to give up, you're not thinking about, you're not seeing all the good things that are around you. You're not focusing on what you have.
That's very wise. I agree. Yes. That's
Gratitude.
Gratitude. The moment that you're wanting to give up is because you've neglected to not see the blessings that you have.
Yes.
That's great, Mary. Yeah. That's so wise.
The way you just finished it off was perfect. But yes, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah, no, that's very biblical too. Because the Bible says, there's a verse that says, in everything give thanks. For this is the will of the Lord. So I agree.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure people have seen those reels. Maybe you've seen those, Mikey, right? Where a guy who's riding a bike, he sees a guy driving a car. He wishes he had a car, and he feels like his life is miserable. But on the other side, there's this guy who's walking and sees the guy on the bike, and he says, "I wish I had a bike." And then there's this one guy who can't walk, looking at the guy who's walking, and says, "I wish I can walk." So.
Yeah.
I think your answer's perfect.
No, thank you.
That's amazing, Mary. Mary, your story shows that success is not just about what you can get for yourself. But success is something that you can share.
Yes.
Even to strangers. Like, you don't care that they don't know you. You don't even want the recognition because you're a shy person. That's the least that you want to do. But in order for you to really see, to have the full experience, you end up meeting with them and having that conversation, that moment. And you said sometimes they're in tears taking a photo with you.
Yes, it's just a beautiful experience to meet with them.
Yeah. Such a great story, Mary. I think you're doing such a wonderful job there.
Thank you.
I really hope that you continue to do that, and as you continue to also team up with some other folks that are like-minded and your heart is the same with them.
Yeah.
I hope that you just continue to flourish in that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And I look forward to having a transaction with you one of these days.
Yes.
We tried.
Same here.
We tried
Yes,
a couple
we did.
times.
Yes.
But thank you very much. We're going to close this. Thank you for your time, Mary.
Oh, thank you for having me here.
And your story is very inspiring. In this podcast, that's our goal, is to number one is to show the minorities that are doing great for the community, for everybody, not just for their ethnic group, but for everyone. And that's you. And we try to encourage, entertain, and educate. And that's your full story.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
No, you're welcome. Folks, thank you very much for tuning in. And that is Mary Avalos' story. If you're looking for another agent, she's with Keller Williams. Feel free to give her a call. You're gonna have a great experience with her, and the help that she will do with you and give you. You'll have a great experience, and then the money that she's gonna make from that commission is gonna be helping other folks too, which is pretty remarkable in my opinion. Thank you very much, and folks, thank you for tuning in. God bless you, and hanggang sa susunod, God bless. I still can't finish it.